Hands. Here we go. Bang out on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bang out.
It's a beautiful day. Great, awful pass by Brandon Rankin.
I mean, a lot of good things are going to happen. We're going to pick up where we left off last week offensively. Hopefully, put a lot of points on the board.
We're going to show the nation what we're about.
You have no choice. Everybody got me. There are no excuses today. You understand me? There are none. Get it done. LB's on 3. 1, 2, 3. LB. Turn it out 2 times. Turn it out 1 time. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right, family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family.
Got a bunch more in us, right?
Got a bunch more thing out there. How we?
Big hole. Montgomery to the 10, 5, touchdown Cougars. Kenyon Barnard just gets blasted, fumbles the ball. The Cougars pick it up and have the ball at the 10-yard line.
That was a collision. And that's how you get the fans fired up and the Cougars football team fired up. He's still down. That's not good the way they're looking at him right now.
People are still pouring into the stadium as they are sensing something special here today in Pullman. And over the line or not, the ball is loose. It's a touchdown. Touchdown for Lugwan Mitz, and the Cougars lead the number 3 Oregon Ducks. They're going to review that.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
We just keep the hot up. Don't pay any attention to the scoreboard. What's Under always say? Players make plays. Right? Players make plays. You guys got me?
He fumbles the football, and Washington State has it. Looking towards him, going to throw it to him. Caught! Touchdown, Cougars!
Great throw and catch by Jeff Toole. It's a great catch right here. Knowing you're about to get hit, showing no fear.
I don't want to hurt myself. I'm going to do a flip. Is that okay? No, I'm just kidding.
Teammates will tell you that's just Leandre Daniels being himself. The smile, the jokes, the laughs. None of that has changed. Even though it's obvious to everyone, it's not the same.
Pretty much everyone's used to the halo now. I mean, they knew he was going to have it, so it's not as much a shock. I think everyone is just pretty much happy to see him, you know, walking around, going to class, you know, and just to see a smile on his face.
Every day. It's a process, like I was saying. To just know that you're so grateful for the things you do have, being able to walk and talk just fine, and you know, to live another day.
Leandre carried high hopes into the season. He missed most of last year with a broken leg and wanted to make up for lost time. He was expected to be a big contributor in the secondary right up until one August afternoon when he thought he developed a crick in his neck during practice.
I just didn't think it was as bad as it was. So finally, we went through a team session where we're kind of pretty much going all-out tackling, and I come up and hit the running back, and as soon as I did it, I just felt a shock through my body, and I just knew right there something was wrong. Something was wrong.
Leandre was sent to the hospital for routine tests and thought it was a minor injury.
As soon as I got the CAT scan, the nurses and the doctors began to panic and gave me a neck brace immediately and told me not to move and all these different things. You know, it's hard for me to take them serious because I've been, you know, I was kind of walking around feeling fine, like just with a little crick in my neck.
Leandre struggled to believe what doctors discovered: 2 fractures in his C1 vertebrae.
It's very serious. I mean, just the higher up the spine you get when you know, the higher functioning levels for the body. And so at C1 and C2, you're real close to the brain stem, and very critical areas for future life and events.
Then he told me it's the first vertebrae in your neck, And it's a miracle that you walked in, and right then I was shook. It took a while. It took a while for me to even be able to accept it. I still just figured that I could, overcome it. Like, no, it can't be that serious. Because even though he told me that I fractured my neck, I just was determined to play in the first game. Like, that was my mindset.
The doctors knew better. Leandre's football career was over.
He's an inspiration for me because he's moving on. He's moving on, and he's probably handling it a lot better than I would. And we talk about, you got to look at, you've had a successful football career. You've got to go, you got a Pac-10 football scholarship. You've played a lot for a young football player in the Pac-10. So you've done more than, less than 1% of high school football players could ever accomplish.
I think he knows how fortunate he is, but we also talk about, even with that, it still doesn't make it easy to come into the field and see your teammates and see the games and all that. He's very thankful, very fortunate, but it's still hard to, one, be in that 24/7, and two, be around the guys that are moving on and still playing.
It's really tough just being at games and watching the team play, wanting to be out there, wanting to contribute. And I'm working with it.
Leandre desperately wishes he could be on the field, but he's not even allowed on the sidelines during games. Despite a halo collar attached to his skull, his neck is still too fragile to risk getting jostled on the sidelines. Instead, Leandre sneaks into the stands late in games. And when he looks across the field, he sees his number 15, still roaming the secondary.
We're just so close, so I figured it was the best way for me to pay tribute to what he's done. He put a lot of hard work into this program.
Tyree Toomer is Leandre's roommate and decided to change numbers before the Cougs' first home game without telling his best friend.
It was a surprise when I got here, and I seen him with it on, and I just started smiling from ear to ear, and I was real happy. And then he ended up telling me that he wanted to wear it for the whole season, and I told him it would be fine with me, and it just means a lot. It makes me a lot happy just to be able to see a piece of me out there still.
The outlook for Leandre is bright. He wants to work with kids and pursue a career in business. The halo collar will stay in place until mid-November, and doctors are hopeful he won't need surgery after that. At this point, Leandre's just looking for a good night's sleep.
It doesn't work, okay? It hurts. It's very uncomfortable. I'm kind of getting used to it. It's very hard to sleep. I wake up 3 to 4 times a night, and I never really get into that deep sleep like I want and like I'm used to, so I'm just trying to adapt to it.
The same goes for getting dressed.
The way I get my shirts on, I actually have to step into them, tuck them under, put one arm in, bring it around, put the other arm in. And the only way I can do that is if you tear it. But you don't want to have this big, tear walking around school and campus with it. So they actually help me Velcro it together so it doesn't look as bad. And it's really been helping me out a lot through this process.
The brace and the injury changes everything about his day-to-day life, except his smile.
After finding out, even though that my career's over, I'm able to accept it. I found God, and I've used that to, strengthen my faith.
And become an inspiration in the process.
Tula throw gets away, and now he's got some room to run and dives out of bounds for the first down. Caught, first down.
Tools on fire now. He's feeling the rhythm.
Big hole. Montgomery to the 10, 5, touchdown Cougars.
By hitting the hole so fast, so quick that the DBs didn't have a chance to make the tackle.
Kenyon Barner just gets blasted, fumbles the ball. The Cougars pick it up and have the ball at the 10-yard line.
That was a collision. That's how you get the fans fired up with hits like that.
Run it again. Touchdown for Lugwan Mitz. The Cougars lead the number 3 Oregon Ducks here in the first quarter. Here's Michael James taken down for a loss. And they're just playing a fired-up football team right now. The changes the play. They're going to look and throw back over the middle. Cougars again having some success throwing the ball. Toole just, it's almost easy for him right now. Throw it to the outside, a lot of blockers out there. And another Cougar first down, thrown down the middle, caught by Wilson.
When the ball's thrown his way, he's going to catch it.
Here's the snap, it's low. Grasser's kick is on the way, and it is good, 50-yarder. They'll run it. Have first down and more.